raise your standards. So something that I'm learning is that where you find yourself today and the situations you find yourself in is all based on what you've allowed. It's based on how much you value yourself. It's based on where you see yourself in your life. If you believe that you are only worth a certain high-paying job or a certain low-paying job, if you believe that's all you are capable of, that is all you will obtain. That's all you'll get. If you believe that you're only so smart, that you're not capable of doing some things, that's as far as you'll get. These are all things that I'm learning. And I'm learning that if you raise your standards and you turn things as to of, I want to do this or I should do this, and you turn it into I will and I have to, you're raising your standards and you're raising the bar of what you'll allow in your life and what you're willing to accept as a reality. And so I'm learning as I'm going that where you set that bar, where you set your standards, that's where you will be. If you don't leave it up to chance, you don't leave it as an option, it's going to happen. If you tell yourself, this is what I will accept and I won't accept anything less, you will find yourself pushing harder and taking bigger risks that you didn't see yourself risking because it's no longer an option for you. It's a reality. It's going to happen because your standard is here. You're not going to accept anything less. And so putting yourself at that high of a level and saying, I can do this, I know I can, so I'm going to, it leaves everything up to that. You're not going to allow yourself to sleep in. You're not going to allow yourself to put off the things that you need to be done because your standard is so high for yourself, because you know you're capable, you know you're valuable, and you know that you can accomplish these amazing things that you set yourself for. So I have set huge goals for myself over the last couple of weeks, and I have raised my standard, I've raised my level of motivation, I've raised my vibration, and I know that I can accomplish these huge goals. And why? Because I raised my standard for myself. I increased what I'm willing to put up with. But I increased my view of myself. I am no longer willing to sit where I was, because the fact is, we are the only ones in charge of our life. We are the only ones that can make the changes. We can make excuses that it's our parents' fault or it's our friend's fault or this person distracted me, but ultimately we are the people making the decisions, whether it be to not get out of bed on time or to put off the work that we need to do because we just don't feel like it. We're the ones who make those excuses. And so when we raise our standards and we don't allow ourselves to have that option of slacking off, to have that option of just being mediocre, when we tell ourselves, you are valuable, you are capable, you are empowered, you can do the things that you're only have been dreaming about for the last couple years. When we raise those standards and say, this is not something I want, this is something I will have. When we make that choice and we make that end game for ourselves, it's no longer just something to dream about, it's something you're working towards. It is something you know will happen and you're determined to make happen. So that is something I've learned, and that's something I'm working towards. My goals are not something I want, they're not something I desire, they're something that's already happening. These things are things that are already there, waiting for me to get there, waiting for me to level up, waiting for me to step up my game. They're already mine. If I'm willing to take the time, the consistency, the perseverance, if I'm willing to put in 110% and raise my standards and take accountability for my actions, what I want is already mine. So these are what I've learned. I hope you got value from my video today, and have an amazing day. And I challenge you to raise your standards in your life as well. Set the bar higher than you've set before and step up your game. You'll see insane changes in your life if you do. Bye, guys.